You can't get much more ballsy than Michael Saylor. And I absolutely love the guy. I give him all the credit in the world. We need more people like him. He's taking the exponential risk that no one else will do. He's seeing it way beforehand. I don't think there's going to be many companies or people in the world that are ever going to be able to compete with Michael Saylor. It's like Bitcoin being the first. I don't think there's going to be ever the chance of anything coming out and competing with Bitcoin. And I feel the same way about Michael Saylor. So other companies getting in, I maybe have a little bit of a different opinion than a lot of people. I mean, he just went and tried to get Microsoft to start doing the same thing. I was very, very personally thankful that Microsoft didn't jump in. I think is one of the evilest people on earth, and maybe you have to take that out of the podcast because it'll get us demonetized or whatever. So you don't have to put that in there. Take his name out and. But I think there's a lot of companies that I personally don't want to start a strategic reserve. I would love it if McDonald's and all these fast food companies never do anything like that. We've talked about it many times personally together. The companies that have a strategic reserve are going to have an upper hand over every other company out there. And I would love to see companies that actually have the best purpose and benefit out for the human race to be doing this. And these are the companies that Michael Saylor and us Bitcoiners really need to get out and try and help get on board. Rumble just came out and said that they're starting to do it. Amazing. Like that is the type of thing that needs to happen. Let's hope that Google and Alphabet Inc. Never starts a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And we have companies like Rumble that do, so that Rumble can outpace Alphabet Inc. and this crap, if possible, because Rumble is the type of companies we need. And I would love to see YouTube and all these other companies eventually go away entirely. I'd love to see all of these fast food companies eventually go under and we start having some real restaurants pop up, whether it's fast food. You can make healthy food fast. They used to do it back in the day. It was not this seed oil, disgusting crap that they're feeding people. So it can be done. And so that's my thoughts on these companies coming in and starting strategic reserves. I am honestly praying that these evil companies that have been monopolizing horrible shit and pushing horrible narratives never start a strategic reserve. And if that means the price of Bitcoin doesn't go up as fast as most people want it to or hope it will, that's fine with me. I think Bitcoin is more of a signal to wake up the human race. That importance outweighs the number go up 1,000 times over to me. So if it takes longer for the price to go up, but we are getting more wholesome companies to adopt Bitcoin during that time so that they have more of a chance to outpace these horrible companies that have been deteriorating the entire world for the last couple decades, that would be the most amazing thing ever. So maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but I'll die on that hill.
Have you seen, so again, speaking of MicroStrategy and some of this, have you seen the recent stuff with people, again, freaking out? A lot of the altcoin crowd, scam coin crowd, saying, oh, look, the legal disclaimer on the Blackrock commercial of Saylor shared says it might not be 21 million forever. Or even Saylor, in his own words, even recently in the last couple of months, doing one of the interviews and saying, calling a bunch of, paranoid crypto, cypherpunks. Do you take any credence to those things, or you think that's just Saylor kind of playing, trying to ride the line and play, out of both sides of his mouth, I guess, if you will, but just more or less just trying to ride the line and play both sides?
I mean, I've been listening to Saylor since the beginning when he came out, and he's talked a lot about 2020 and what was happening then. He definitely has a very strong freedom aspect about him, unless he's full of shit, which I don't think he is. He's too articulated in the way that he's discussed these different topics. And I agree with so much of what he said. And to have someone as big as him coming out and saying those unpopular opinions and standing up for those opinions, I give the man massive credit. I mean, he's at the top of the echelon when it comes to these things. He's meeting with all of these top people. He has to be incredibly strategic about what he's doing. And the world is a really scary place, and I don't think a lot of people want to admit how scary it really is. That's like my optimism on how far we're going to be able to go with this, and the citadels and all these different things. The citadels are our communities. It's the people around you. It's your friends and family. If you really think that there's going to be one country somewhere where we're all going to go escape to, or one set of land, whether it's Texas or wherever, and they're just going to leave us alone, and we can all go there and be based and be free and have our sovereignty. I highly doubt it. I think 50, 100 years from now, we could evolve into that type of humanity. It's not going to happen that quick. Some of the biggest things for me is like stop the sex trafficking and stop all of this horrible evil shit that's going on. Expose the Epstein list, expose the Diddy list, start pulling those things, and then I'll start getting a lot more optimistic. But while all of those things are still completely covered up, and all these companies and people are able to get away with the absolutely evil shit they're getting away with, my optimism is going to be balanced. It's going to be more based in reality than just crazy hopium. So I think on the Saylor point, the man is highly, highly intelligent. And I'm sure he's aware of all of these different things. So he has to be strategic in how he does things. And I would imagine he has a pretty balanced optimism as well. So is what he said triggering to a lot of people? I'm sure. But he has to play the game. And there really is so this one, I don't really like it that much, but it's the 3D chess that everyone talks about, whether that's true or not, or whatever the hell that is. I think all of us in one way or another, if you've ever owned a business, if you've ever been married, if you have kids that you're trying to get to do something that they don't want to do, we're all playing this strategic 3D chess. I think there is definitely a level of that anyone highly intelligent and intuitive, that they have to play those things. And Michael Saylor is doing more for Bitcoin right now than, in my opinion, anyone else in the entire world. I give him massive credit, and I'm not gonna give him crap for some of those things that he says. I know it's as Bitcoiners, it goes a little bit beyond anything that we want to hear someone like Michael Saylor say. But again, this is a game, and we all have to play it the right way in order to be successful. We're trying to change the biggest thing on human earth, which is the money. Fix the money, fix the world. If anyone thinks that is going to be done in a simple and easy way, you're just not paying attention.
So we have a lot of people coming into Bitcoin. There's a lot of differing opinions, even in the Bitcoin crowd. People can be toxic in all their own ways. So I'd love for you to start pulling on this thread of community and people coming together and for this new monetary system that we are all learning and growing in every day.
If you want the answer to that question right there, and you like that spicy clip, check it out here. Come on, we'll see you in there. But if you want the full interview in its entirety, all the spicy clips put together, and you're not going to want to miss it, believe me, then check that out here. Come on, we'll see you in there. Do it.